Good morning. I'm here in Rosebud and we're having a little family holiday, a little getaway. So I'm going to try and do this live and it may not look as professional as I do at home, which isn't very professional anyhow. I don't have all the fancy bits and pieces. I just have my stand and we've managed to clamp it to a fence post and have it sitting here on the table trying to make this work for you. So hopefully we can make this all work and you'll be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to check we are going live in the right place because that would be possible. We've had a bit of a disastrous start to our holiday with one ferry breaking down. Thank goodness we weren't on that one. But it meant we were forever getting here yesterday. So you're going to see some ugly nail polish, no makeup, because as soon as I finish this, I'm joining the rest of them down at the pool. So I actually have my bathers on under here. So I'm all ready to go and splash around in the pool before we head off to a grand final viewing at one of the local hotels here. So, because it is, if you're not from Melbourne or not from Australia and you're watching this is grand final weekend and it's one of the big weekends here in Victoria in particular because we are footy mad down here. And even myself, who doesn't follow football, I'm footy mad compared to other people that don't follow sport because you just have to be. You have to have a team down here in Victoria. And unfortunately, our team isn't in the grand final. But Katy Perry, who's singing at the grand final, did show that she was with our Essendon colours, so holding up one of our Essendon tops. So we're all happy that she's joined our team as a supporter, but we're not sure when our team will ever make the grand final again. But it is fun. We all take sides watching, and I think at 2:30 or whenever it actually starts, the whole state will come to a standstill as we are watching football, or at a football party. Anyhow, that's enough of football. That's my bit of sport for the year. We will get to this. Now, I'm going to turn you down to the desk. I'm actually on the dining table here in the unit we're staying in at the country club we go to, which is right down in Rosebud, where we've got the bay on one side of us and the surf coast on the other. And it's a fabulous little place, which we come to at least once a year. It's a great holiday place for us because Bella's been coming since she was an infant and she loves this place. We stay in the same unit. She knows the whole environment. We know she's safe walking around here and we don't have to have our eyes on her all the time. Bring them on the video. I'd love to, Liz, but they're down in the pool. I got rid of them so I could try and do this on my own. Otherwise, look, we might jump on live when we're doing something exciting this week, or even, if the football's going the way we want it. Evidently, we're barracking, I've been told, we're barracking for Essendon because, we're barracking for Sydney. 2 reasons. Sydney was my husband's second team when they were South Melbourne here in Victoria. Evidently, you can have a second team. And it's got the red colour and white, where we're red and black for Essendon. And also, we lost a player, Joe Danaher, to Brisbane Lions, and Bella and Alan are not very happy about the whole Joe Danaher situation. So we can't barrack for them, I've been told. So we're going for Sydney. But yes, that's enough of football, as I said. I do want to say, when you get down and see my fingernails, they are Probus colours. We had Probus birthday week was this week, and we had to dress in yellow and blue. And my fingernails are still Probus colours. I was going to fix them last night, but with a broken down ferry, we were here hours and hours and hours later than we intended. So I think we were eating dinner at something like 9:30. So we're going to, you're going to see some very Larry fingernail painting. Do apologise in advance. It's chipped and ugly, but I'm on holiday. I'll fix it later. I should put it red, shouldn't I? Now, let's see if I can get you onto the desk here. Let's go here. Here you go. You get to see. There's my iPad behind and my stand, our wooden fence post at the back there. Now, let's see if I can get it to the desk. I'm going to try and do this without it falling out. It needs to go up a bit more, doesn't it? Oh, look, let's move everything up like that. It's not perfect, folks, but we're here and we'll get you to be able to see as much as you can. I've got bits around me because I don't have my normal space. I've got my blocks, so I'll put them all over the side here so I can move that in. And look, just in case anything goes wrong, I'm going to show you the card this time. I normally don't, but let's have a look what we're making. It's with our lovely set. Now we're using, because I can't bring down the cut and emboss, well I could, but there was no room in the car by the time we brought down, about 300 stuffed toys for Bella. We're using this set called the Sweetest Star, which is really, really cute. And here we've got a stamp and punched image. So you can punch the star out. But I'm going to show you more about this punch later on another live when I want to make a 3D product with this punch, because this star turns into a lovely 3D star. But today we're just going to do a simple-ish card, and it opens as like so and like so. So it's a bit of a fancy fold. And in here is room. My homemade gift card fits in here. So that's what we're going to attempt to make today. Let's pop all the things out of the road so I can get that going. So I'll put the stamp mat down. I haven't brought any grid paper except a little piece. So bear with me with the wooden table. Probably good contrast, but we'll see how we go. I'm going to need a whole sheet of paper for this card. And I'm going to, first of all, cut it at 10.5. It's a bit shadowy, I know, because I haven't got proper lighting here. And the lights are well and truly behind the camera, unfortunately. Now, let's concentrate, Ellie. We can do this. This piece of paper, we're going to cut at 22.5 centimetres. And then we're going to score it at 8 centimetres in. So that will become my flap on this side. Then we're going to take this one, and we need this one to be longer. It's 26 centimetres. And get that blade out of the road so I don't cut it, because I don't have any spare cardstock, so I need to get this right. We're going to score at 4 centimetres. So this will be the fold that holds the gift card. And then our front piece is 7.5 centimetres. So we're going to score this. That's on the 7.5. We're going to score at 10.5. Is that what I said? I've got my notes here and it says 11.5. It does, because I was in the wrong spot. I was at 6.5. Thank goodness I checked. So we're going to score at 11.5. So that gives us this side where we're going to fold it there and there. Now, I did bring a bone folder. I think I think I brought one. I haven't got it out of my case. Did I bring one? No. No, it's not here. Oh, yes, it is. It's right, it's fallen right down the bottom. We'll get there. So let's just get those lines nice and sharp. And look, when you're cutting, sometimes you'll feel a little edge. That's just the cardstock where the blade's gone through. If you do feel an edge, you can just go over that with your bone folder, and that will get that out of the road. So we're going to glue these two together to form the base of our card. As I said, you like my nail polish? Nice and bright. We got dressed up for a bit of fun. I was dressed by the local, what we call the local, we want that to fold in nicely, yes. I call them the Opportunity Boutique or organisation, or various op shops around Ballarat. And then a little bit of glue on that end. And we're just going to glue that down, not down there because that's where the card goes in. We're just going to put that there. And look, so I can go on, let's just put some blocks on that while that all seals itself up. Now, while that's there, in screen if I go here, I need a piece of white cardstock for in this piece here, and it's 14.5 wide, so I'm going to make my cardstock 14, and I'm going to also then bring it down 0.5 centimetre to 10 centimetres, so it fits in the centre of here on the inside. What else do I need? I need to have some pieces at the front, and I'm using, this is the Sentimental Christmas paper, and I really, really do love this paper. And not only is it a fantastic bundle of paper, but money from $4.25 from every purchase of this paper goes to help children's literacy in Australia from the Australian customers. So I've already bought about 5 packs of it and using it on everything. And hopefully we can get lots of money raised. Now, I need this to be 10 centimetres because it's going on the front of my card. Oh, not the scoring, the cutting. And I think it's already at 7 because I've I've only brought bits that I need. And this one's at 7.5 because that's the size I need. And I need it to be 10 centimetres. So, and then I need another piece of designer series paper, and I can't tell you what this one's out of. It's something I bought this week. They only had 1 sheet of this beautiful colours. Now, I need this to be 3.5. Oh, it's just over. I think we'll make do with that so that I don't have to cut it, and it's already at 10 centimetres. So you'll see where that goes. Now, let's have a look. What do we got to do first? We've got our bits here. So the first thing we're going to do is we'll glue this piece here and this piece here. And that's going to help form the base of our card. And I've got glue and I haven't got any wipes, so we could be in a bit of a mess, but we'll make it do. And then a bit of glue in there, but that'll get covered up. There's a bit of a faux pas. I didn't bring the wipes to clean the stab sets. That's all right. Well, when you are holidaying and you forget things, you make do with what you've got, so they can be washed under the tap and let dry. So there's our cover. And in here, this little piece is just going to highlight our gift card. And it's going to go here. Now, before I glue this piece here, I want to stamp it, so we'll leave that one for a minute. And let's pop this aside to dry while I get onto some stamping. So we'll bring the stamp mat back in. So that's for this inside of the card. And I need to stamp out a couple of stars and we can get that out of here. So the first star is going to be Santa. Now, if I put him in the corner, I'm just looking, yes, he'll be able to cut out of that. Yeah, I think I've got him around the right way. If not, we'll make it work. Now, little Santa here needs some colours. So I brought down my blends and I'm taking the colours out of the paper that we're using. So I'm starting with Poppy Parade. So it doesn't take long to colour him, but I will take some care because I was rushing there doing the practice one and I went quite outside the lines a bit. Need to do some more practicing, I think. But one of the things I love about blends, there's a little bit on his beard, but he'll cope. Yes, Stu. Is they don't leave any lines, so you can go right round the outside and then quickly colour the inside. It's my favourite way of colouring because they don't leave any lines of where you've been colouring or how. And we're nearly there with the red. It's actually not a bad little image because it colours up fairly quickly. Especially when you know, as I said, you can do right around the outside, taking care not to go over those lines, and then you can quickly fill it in. Then, of course, he has to have a black belt. Oh, I've gone the wrong end. I want to... Having two ends, you have a choice then of whether you want to use the paintbrush side or the texture side. And if the paintbrush side does get damaged, you still have another end you can use, because I do wear my paintbrushes out. And black boots on these little tiny feet. And we better give him a gold belt. Now, this is my faux gold colouring technique. I talked about faux gold last week in my live using wild wheat. So no one will notice that it's not actually a gold when you put it all together. And I will miss that colour when it disappears next April. Let's just put a little bit of colour on his hands and his face and ears. And there is a quickly coloured Santa. And we can punch him out. And I did get it round the right way. And I need another star, so we'll punch another star out. then we can pop that aside. So Santa, you can go over there. And then what I want to do with this star is I'm going to stamp on it, "May your days be merry and bright." And I'm using Poppy Parade. Now, I did refill this before I left, top it up with ink out of the refills. So I'm hoping we get a nice image, but I didn't have time to test it. Oh, that's lovely. It's working better than I thought it might. So those two pieces are ready. I also want to stamp along the bottom of this, "Wishing you a holly jolly Christmas." I'm not sure that's sitting straight. So let's pull it off. Let it settle on the mat for a minute. Sometimes if you twist them when you're putting them on, they're not completely straight. Now let's see if this will work nicely for me. Not too bad. So we can, before we bring that back in, that's ready to be glued in. But to make our little Santas or our stars stand nicely or sit nicely, I'm going to take a little bit more cardstock and I'm going to cut out some circles. Now this is the largest circle in a punch. It's 2 3/4, or in centimetres, it's 6 centimetres. And it's a great size because you can layer it up with the star, with some of the other images, or another circle that's smaller, and we do have smaller circle punches, so it does layer up nicely. So he's going on with dimensionals, if I brought them. That's a good question. Yes, I did. New sheet thrown in because I will be doing some crafting down here while I'm away. I did bring some kits that I hadn't finished off, and I'm also going to be working on the Christmas decoration kit. There we go. We're going to do, I've done 5, 1 on each, or 6, 1 on each point and 1 on the middle. Oh, I don't need any on that one. He needs to be glued on. So let's glue him on. Doesn't matter which way because I can turn it around after. We just want him to fit nicely into the circle. There's some glue. Put a little bit of this on it. It'll wash out. There we go. And this one, put the lid on for a minute. Now this is quite a quick and easy gift card holder. You can see how quickly it's coming together. We're going to put Santa there. Now let's bring our card in. Now if you're doing this yourself, you may not want to use 2 sheets. You can always extend that over a little bit further and put some coloured paper here, and Santa would sit there. You know, it'd be over a bit more to here. So, and you've got a little bit of colour and you still have room to write. But I just like the idea of it folding in half. So let's pop this bit in the middle. It is a quick and easy fold, but it's a good fold to have in your repertoire. So that's going to go there. That goes there. We need to get Santa on, and I'm going to put him on with some dimensionals. Let him stand up a bit. So I need to get him in the right way. So if you're not sure how to do it, I put my finger at the top and bottom and make sure, then I'd turn it over. I know I need the dimensionals on this side to sit, so I make sure they don't go past my finger. It's the way I do it. I'm sure there's more technical ways of measuring it, but I want to just do it quick and easy. And I do put a few on because this could be given to a child and they can be a little bit rougher and more excited when they see what they're getting inside. Now, if you don't want to use a gift card in here, you can easily fold up some money and it'll slide in there quite easily. So I know, again, if I put my fingers on it and that goes on the line, he's stuck nicely in the right spot. And there it is. Now you could leave it as that, but I like to put one underneath with a little greeting. And he's going to be glued under, so I need it to sit exactly under. So again, I'm going to I actually do this one a little bit different with the glue. I like to put a little bit on the edge here, and I just put some around this side, like so. That's going to be enough to hold it because it's strong glue. And then I need to get that in the right spot. So if you put it underneath that one, make sure your wording's right. So again, you want to do it, your fingers in the right spot so that they go up the right way. Put it exactly behind your other circle. Pop it down. Now you can have a quick look and just slightly turn it and make sure it's still hidden. Mine's just slightly over. There we go. And that's it. Oh, I've been a bit out of camera, haven't I? So that's the easiest way to get that in the right position. And it just sits like that. And then, of course, it's not one of my cards without a bit of bling. And I love, you can see I've used quite a few of them already, the adhesive-backed metal gems. Oh, I love these. They come in the bronze. Is it bronze they call it? They don't say on the back. I think it's bronze or copper. And then the gold. Or it could be champagne gold. Gold and silver. And I've used quite a few of them already. So let's pop a few on this. Maybe we'll use a big one, a couple of big ones. And put one over here. Maybe a smaller one up here. And a big one down here. And not a lot of sparkle, but the sparkle will be inside. And as I said, like this one, you pop out your gift card and pop it in. Quick, easy. Could do it with just about any card you make. You just need a 4 centimetre fold to go over. And there's your gift card. So hopefully that's helped you, given you some ideas. Oh, thanks, Liz. I want to concentrate on a few different things that can help you for Christmas. Christmas coming up is always a time when we're trying to come up with gifts and something different and fun. This is a card that you could easily do with a child too. I'm doing these with Bella on the holidays here, since we've got the stuff with us. She's going to be colouring in some stars, so when we get back, we can then put the cards together so that we've got a few Santa cards for her to give out. Now, let me just turn you back. We could have an interesting time. There's the back of the desk. Oh, don't look too far. You'll look into the shower. Isn't that awful? Oh, there we go. I'm back. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that, and hopefully you'll get some ideas, and I'm inspiring you to get ready for Christmas because it is on its way. I got reminded by Bella, who loves Christmas and has been playing music since carols since the 25th of July, the day after her birthday, that Christmas is coming. And this week we actually hit the 3-month mark. So it's only 12 weeks away. 3 months. Oh gosh, that's coming close. So we've got a bit of work to do between now and then, and hopefully I can help you get ready for Christmas. And also stay tuned this week. You will be getting a few announcements through me about what's coming up with Stamping Up. They've got some wonderful big surprises for us, and I will keep you informed. And of course, we always have our new kits come out on the 1st of October, or the first day of the month. So on the 1st of October, we'll be expecting some nice new kits too. All right, then, I'm going to shove off, as my husband would say. I'm going to shove off, and I'm going to head down to the pool and have another swim, or have the first swim for the holidays, before we head off and celebrate the grand final. Hopefully your team wins, but not everyone's team can win. So it will be a fun day. In fact, I like it when Essendon's not in the grand final, because there's a lot less stress and more fun in the family. So have a lovely time, and I will catch you next week. I'll be back in the craft room next week, and we look forward to joining you. I have already come up with another idea for Christmas, so you'll get to see that next week. So take care, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.